Hello guys, welcome to Just Talking, where I talk at you and you sometimes listen. Today we're delving into Xbox Game Pass specifically for PC because it's very easy to overlook Game Pass's potential, quantity and quality on PC as opposed to Xbox, especially given that Xbox is the main part of Microsoft franchise. So, I recently got a new laptop and delved deeply into Game Pass, especially since I don't actually have that many games for laptops or PCs because they can be quite costly and also it can be quite annoying to download them and look at all the specs. But Game Pass and its easy to use interface has made it so then I can get free games, get into them straight away, and delete and change as I want without having to worry necessarily about the cost. Xbox and PC Game Pass both link into each other, so if you have an Xbox and you want to play on your laptop on the go, you can easily link your accounts or use the same account and you will automatically get Game Pass for free and all of your other subscriptions. And it's quite variable on the games that you get, but a lot of them will already be in Game Pass that you've already bought if you can't already download them. The price in the UK for Game Pass is about £8 for regular Game Pass, which includes free EA Play, and Game Pass Ultimate is £10.99, which is about $16, I think, and that includes Xbox Live Gold on top of it, which includes about 3 free games each month, and some of the features and accessibility to some games that are restricted for multiplayer play. Um, but it includes over 300 games and is very much worth the price that it comes with because the games are worth so much more than a £10 subscription, and it also allows you to access some very great developing studios games. So here we are on the user interface, which is very nice, very streamlined, and includes all the main categories such as the new monthly games, EA Play, most popular, all the different genres that are relevant to you, and also, like the new things and the genres at the bottom, which they have dozens of different categories for, so then you can explore a wide variety of games. So the there are so many games on this that it's kind of hard to start. But if you look on the most popular, you can see what like-minded people have played, such as Flight Simulator, which is really great that it's free because it's quite a meaty game that requires quite high specs. So, you know, you probably wouldn't want to spend £50 on it to only find out that your PC can't run it. But if you look at all of the PC games, there's hundreds upon hundreds of games. So it's very hard to find one thing that you want to play at a time. But there are things like FIFA, E-Shade, which is a beautiful game. Five Nights at Freddy's, if you want to revisit the classics, and Forza, and some of the smaller games, but also Gears of War, which is very, very good and also very popular at the minute. Um, there's stuff like Madden, NFL 21, which I've played through. It can get repetitive, but the graphics are great, and I'm a fan of NFL, so it actually works out quite well that I obviously didn't want to buy it at release, but I can obviously play it now. Um, there's also perks included with your membership, so that you can get in-game currency for games like Rogue Company, which I used to play, and it was actually quite enjoyable but repetitive. Apex does have a weapons charm perk, but mm, it doesn't really give you any advantage. Um, there are currency benefits for Sea of Thieves and cosmetic benefits, which would normally um, take quite a lot of grinding, as well as in NBA 2K21 for your Dream Team. Um, as you scroll down, you can see the recently added games such as Just Cause 4 Reloaded, which is remastered and it looks great. There's FIFA 21, so for the people who are skeptical about buying it, they can play it. There's Zombie Uprising, which is a monthly theme which changes every few months, so you can get the Garden Warfare games. There's also EA Play on there for Dragon Age Inquisition and all of your Battlefront games, some of your EA Sports games. Used to be UFC on there. You can also play Battlefront if you're a Star Wars fan. I'm not too sure if you can get Skate 3 or anything like that, but there is Spore, which is very popular, and I haven't played it though. There is also Sims 3 and Sims 4, so you can play the counterparts to see which is better. But you do get a 10% reduction on the DLCs for each of those games. And you do need the EA desktop app to actually run these games and download them, and also gain access to the full EA Play thing. But what will you play next means that this daunting number of games, you can actually just select a few, and based on what you've looked at, what you played before, it will curate a series of different games for you to play. After Microsoft bought Bethesda, they added a lot of their games too, such as the Elder Scrolls franchise, and it goes from Morrowind, Oblivion, and then to Skyrim. I'm not too sure if they have the other ones, and they have the full Doom franchise. So if you want to play the 8-bit classic games, 64 bits, then you can easily access them, as well as Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. And then as you get down to the bottom, you can find the leaving soon section for the games that you won't be able to play for too long. But if you want to play them, you can still get a bit of time in there. And the coming soon games, and it'll tell you when it's coming out, so then you can put a marker in it and download it straight away. There are simulation genres for things like Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, which is great and funny to play, and Goat Simulator, which is an absolute classic in old YouTube. The Long Dark, which is a survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world in the freezing cold, and it's incredibly dark, so you need a lot of torches to play it. But there's other genres such as puzzle and trivia, your sports games, which is a decently new category because they've only started adding them. Shooters for fans of Fallout and Halo, which is included in Gamepass. Action and adventure for Sea of Thieves fans, and for your Battlefront players. And indies for the companies that really need attention, that put so much effort into making great games, but have a very small team, such as Descenders, which I've played quite a lot of. It's very addictive. It has some great graphics, and to say such a small team worked on it, and it has a pretty decent player base, it's very impressive. Subnautica, which has sent ripples through the YouTube gaming community, with players such as Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. Hello Neighbor did the exact same, an indie horror game that has now got a sequel, and it's had multiplayer. Cluster Truck, which is a rage-inducing platform style game, which is often seen in the background of commentary videos, and Undertale, which has been incredibly popular and has a brilliant soundtrack and storyline too. So if you do have younger players who want to start getting into gaming, or you just want to relax a bit, there's games such as Forza, which boasts incredible graphics, fun gameplay, and a wide variety of vehicles. Ori and the Blind Forest, which has won so many awards, and Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Animal Collection, which has great graphics. To say it was made in 2017, and it has a wide variety of animals and all sorts for you to look at and play around with just for a bit. And it's not too big, it's about 8 gigabytes in storage, so you can download it and delete it without a real worry, and it's quite fast to get into. And that, of course, is made by Frontier, in case you don't want to pay for Planet Zoo, which is about £35. So there are over 300 games available, which is a very big amount, so that you can play and play and play without really needing to buy any more games, unless there's a new release that is pretty important to be in your library. So it's constant entertainment, so that you don't necessarily need to keep buying and buying. So it's very good if you don't have enough money to constantly buy games. There are new games each and every month, so that if you do start to get tired and bored of the currently available library, there's always guaranteed to be something new. So you saw Just Cause 4, but there's now Conan Exiles on for fans of prehistoric action and things like that. So there's always something new coming out, but it's not always action or PEGI 18 games. There's things for PEGI 12, PEGI 16, PEGI 7, PEGI 3. There's free access to EA Play, so that you can play your favourite Sims games. And if you're more of a hardcore gamer and you really like Halo, you can settle down and, like play some FIFA, or if you really like COD, but you think, oh, maybe Halo might be alright, you can play that, or you can play Battlefront or Battlefield, because though EA is quite notorious nowadays, it has got some brilliant games. There are thousands of pounds worth of games available, or dollars, whichever currency you want to use. So you can play and play and play these AAA games, which are worth about £60 and still sell for that amount, for as long as you want until it expires on Gamepass. And you get a lot of value for just that £10 or £8 that you spend on your Game Pass subscription. There are dozens of genres, including indie, so then you can give attention to smaller developers, find developers that you like, and also find a variety of new games. So if you do like puzzle games, you might think, oh, well, I've heard that this role-playing game is half decent and it has a bit of a puzzle element in it, like Skyrim does. So you decide to play it, and then all of a sudden you're enveloped in an interest for role-playing games or adventure games. There are free membership perks for external apps and also for in-game apps. Oftentimes the perks will be for games in Game Pass, so that you can get a boost in the games in Game Pass, and you don't have to labour away at it, and then you might be more persuaded to buy it as a permanent purchase. But also with the Spotify Premium offer, it means you can listen to some banging tunes for 4 months, and then you might want to purchase a true membership. But really, that's just about it. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And this is my first video